Hey, welcome back to No Hype Beer Reviews. Unless it's your first time, then welcome. Please consider subscribing. If you do, hit the notification bell, get all the updates. Release every day's video. It's Thursday. On Thursdays, I try to do Thursdays, Thirsty Thoughts. That was a lot of Thursdays. And do live streams when I can. I can't this week, obviously, hence a pre-recorded one. Come up with different topics. Really, the focus is trying to get as much interaction with people who watch as possible. Again, live streams are maybe the best because it can be like live and in person, or somewhat in person, virtually in person at least. But not the case today, which is fine. So I was trying to think of something that may be a relatively short video, but that people would have an answer to. So basically, what I came up with was, and I do have my answer, and I'll talk about that in a second. Your favorite non-brewery collab. So I've done a video about collabs, the good, the bad, the disingenuousness, I think is how I phrased it. Anyway, of beer collabs, when like two or more breweries get together. So I kind of wanted to talk about cool collaborations that were a brewery and then some other entity. And there have been some, I think, really cool ones. There are some that are for causes, like maybe a person, trying to raise money for medical needs. Obviously, I think that's amazing. I know the Sloop Brewing Company has done some cool ones locally with like restaurants and beer bars and stuff like that. So that's cool. And not just like, hey, we have this beer and this can be your house beer, but like, a collab, and it says right on it, collaborate. And again, I don't know how much they talked about recipe or whatever, but I always thought that was kind of a cool thing that they did. And that reminds me, I haven't had a Sloop beer in a while, and they have really good beer. And then the thing I kind of fell on when I was thinking about this topic while I was walking my dog was music ones. So I don't save a ton of my bottles and cans, but some of the ones I've been saving are music, again, collaborations or maybe artwork inspired by musical acts I like. So the one I decided, and I never reviewed this beer. I had this beer before I had the channel, so I thought this would be a cool one to talk about. It's Dogfish Head, and it is a collaboration with Dan the Automator, and it's called Positive Contact. It's 9%. It was a good beer, too. It was pretty cool because it was almost like half cider. Leave it Dogfish Head to brew a beer that they put a bunch of cider in. Ale brewed with apple cider and spices, a positive combination of Fuji cider, slow roasted Faro, a bit of cayenne, and fresh cilantro. I was able to score 2 bottles. They had a vinyl release. I couldn't score that, which I was bummed about, but it was cool. I was able to get 2 bottles. A good friend of mine, Trevor, he loves cider and beer, so I gave him the other bottle. And if you don't know what this is a reference to, if you're a fan of the Gorillaz, Dan the Automator worked with the Gorillaz. If you know their song Clint Eastwood, there was a guy rapping on that. His name is he goes by Della Funky Homo Sapien. I'm a huge fan of his stuff. And he partnered up with Dan the Automator to make 2 albums. At the time this came out, it was only 1 album. Deltron 3030, basically a concept where it's the year 3030. It was a concept conceived on acid, if that intrigues you. I love their stuff. The first album, especially for Deltron 3030, was really good. Second one, maybe not quite as good, but actually my favorite Deltron songs on there. But anyway, he's got a bunch of, under the Della Funky Homo Sapien moniker, a bunch of awesome albums, great songs, definitely worth checking out. But the producer on the 2 albums here, Dan the Automator. So again, besides this, working with the Gorillaz, Head Automatica, one of their albums, which was good. I think who else maybe? Some like underground hip hop kind of like that sort of scene. But anyway, just give it to Dogfish Head to do all these musical collabs. Grateful Dead, Pearl Jam. I know was it Guided by Voices? They've done a bunch at this point. I've had this one, obviously, the Pearl Jam one I remember having, the Grateful Dead one. And I know I'm forgetting some because they've been really doing it. I'm just like, that's such a cool idea. Like, I know this one, they reached out to Dan the Automator, and he's like, I'm a big cider guy. So like, yeah, that's not a negative. We'll incorporate that into the beer. So like, I know they like to talk to the brewery, or the brewery likes to talk to the bands, maybe get some flavor profiles of things they like, try to work that in. I think that first Grateful Dead one, they have granola in it, I think, right? But anyway, between bars, restaurants, maybe causes, maybe like I picked like musical acts, here's what I ask of you. If you have a favorite non-brewery collab that a brewery has done, put it in the comment section below. I'd love to hear about it. Maybe I already know about it. Maybe I don't know about it. And I think that'd be super rad. So yeah, this week's theme is definitely your favorite non-brewery collab. Drop it in the comment section below. Let's get a conversation going. It's my favorite part of doing this. Once you're done doing that, make sure you check me out on Instagram and Untappd. It's No Hype Beer Reviews at both those places. So always please like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, comment below. Cheers.